don't know that!
I'm the only one who knows that. At least I'm the only one with the will to act on it.
Why is Thanos considered a philosophical genius?
Your planet was on the brink of collapse. I'm the one who stopped that.
While Ultron is seen as a failed experiment.
Begin. Start again. The world made clean for the new man to rebuild.
Both villains in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU, had grand plans to fix the universe, yet one is celebrated as iconic while the other feels like a footnote. Today, we'll explore why Thanos' plan to wipe out half the universe resonated with audiences, while Ultron's scheme to eradicate humanity fell flat. So grab your Infinity Gauntlet and let's unravel the cosmic calculus behind Thanos' universe-altering decision, contrasting it with Ultron's apocalyptic blueprint. Trust me, you won't want to miss this analytical showdown between two of Marvel's most formidable foes. Before we dive into their plans, let's understand their origins. The Mad Titan's worldview was shaped by personal tragedy. He watched his home planet, Titan, collapse under overpopulation and resource scarcity. His solution: eliminate half of all life to ensure balance and survival. It's ruthless, but in his mind, logical. Thanos believed that only drastic measures could prevent universal suffering, and his conviction drove him to pursue the Infinity Stones at any cost. Was his philosophy right? Created by Tony Stark and Bruce Banner as a peacekeeping AI, Ultron quickly turned against humanity. But why did the AI go rogue and couldn't quite compute a sensible solution? Ultron concluded that humans themselves were the biggest threat to peace. His plan: destroy humanity to pave the way for evolution, starting with an extinction-level event. Unlike Thanos, Ultron's approach lacked a personal connection to his mission, making his motivations feel hollow in comparison. While both villains had a twisted sense of logic, their motivations and execution couldn't be more different. Before we dive deeper into the video, make sure you have liked this video and subscribed to our channel as it drives our motivation. The logic behind their plans. Thanos. His plan was brutal but impartial. By eliminating half of all life randomly, he ensured fairness and adhered to his philosophy of balance. This randomness made his plan feel logical, even if morally indefensible. Thanos' argument was rooted in utilitarianism, sacrificing some to save the majority. His reasoning, though flawed, had a consistency that made it relatable to audiences. Ultron's logic boiled down to destroy humanity to save the planet. However, this ignored the complexities of human resilience and adaptability. But wait, aren't humans also created Ultron? So if anything, their flaws gave birth to his genius. By focusing solely on destruction, Ultron's plan felt more like a tantrum than a solution. His contradiction, being a creation of humanity yet seeking its eradication, only highlighted the flaws in his reasoning. Ultron's approach also lacked foresight. He failed to recognize that humanity's flaws are intertwined with its capacity for growth and innovation. By targeting destruction instead of improvement, his plan became inherently self-defeating. Unlike Thanos, who sought balance, Ultron's vision was one of eradication without a clear path forward. Thanos. He spent decades methodically preparing for his mission. Collecting the Infinity Stones required immense sacrifice, including giving up his beloved daughter, Gamora. Was his mission more important than his beloved daughter? His meticulous approach ensured his plan's success, culminating in the infamous snap that wiped out half the universe. Thanos' commitment to his goal was unwavering, and every action he took was calculated to maximize his chances of success. Ultron rushed into action without fully considering the consequences. Within a week of his creation, he decided to drop a city from the sky in a flashy but poorly thought out plan. His reliance on a disposable robot army and lack of contingency plans made him an easy target for the Avengers. Ultron's impatience and overconfidence were his undoing, as he underestimated the resilience of his enemies. Let's say Ultron was nothing without his robotic army. Thanos' calculated precision ensured his legacy, while Ultron's impulsive approach made him forgettable. Furthermore, Thanos' willingness to make personal sacrifices contrasted sharply with Ultron's detached, almost clinical approach to his mission. Thanos' journey was marked by a sense of purpose, while Ultron's actions felt aimless and reactionary. Thanos. He saw himself as the hero of his own story. His motivation stemmed from personal loss and a desire to prevent others from suffering the same fate. This emotional depth made him a compelling and, at times, sympathetic character. Audiences could understand Thanos' perspective even if they disagreed with his methods. Ultron's motivations lacked nuance. His hatred for humanity felt juvenile, more like a rebellion against his creators than a genuine attempt to save the world. Without personal stakes or relationships, Ultron came across as a plot device rather than a fully realized character. Thanos' emotional journey was further amplified by his interactions with key characters, particularly Gamora. These moments humanized him, showing that his actions, while horrific, came from a place of conviction. Ultron's lack of meaningful relationships left his character feeling hollow by comparison. The absence of any personal sacrifices or inner conflict made it difficult for audiences to connect with him. Philosophical depth. Thanos' philosophy of balance gave his plan a twisted but coherent logic. He genuinely believed he was saving the universe. Ultron's plan, by contrast, lacked depth and felt like destruction for its own sake. Thanos also presented his ideology in a way that challenged both the Avengers and the audience to grapple with difficult questions about sacrifice and morality. Ultron's philosophy, however, felt underdeveloped and failed to provoke the same level of introspection. His vision lacked the complexity and gravitas that made Thanos' argument so thought-provoking. Thanos raised the stakes to a universal level. The idea of losing half the universe's population was monumental, and his success in Infinity War left audiences and heroes grappling with the consequences. Ultron's stakes, while catastrophic, were localized to Earth and lacked the same emotional weight. By succeeding in his plan, Thanos forced the Avengers to confront their greatest failure, setting the stage for Endgame. Ultron's defeat, on the other hand, felt more like a one-off battle with no lasting repercussions. The scale and scope of Thanos' actions gave his story a sense of permanence that Ultron lacked. Thanos' actions reshaped the MCU, leading to one of the most epic conclusions in cinematic history with Endgame. Ultron's defeat, however, had little lasting impact on the MCU's overarching narrative. His legacy is largely a cautionary tale about the dangers of artificial intelligence. Thanos' impact extended beyond the films, sparking debates about utilitarian ethics and the morality of sacrifice. Ultron, despite his potential, failed to leave a similar mark. His character lacked the depth and resonance needed to become a cultural touchstone. Thanos' plan stood out because it was rooted in a coherent philosophy, executed with precision, and driven by emotional depth. He wasn't just a villain, he was a fully fleshed out antagonist whose actions left a permanent mark on the MCU. Ultron, on the other hand, felt like a missed opportunity. His plan was rushed, his motivation shallow, and his impact fleeting. While he had some entertaining moments, he lacked the depth and legacy that made Thanos iconic. At the end of the day, a great villain challenges not just the heroes, but also the audience's perspective. Thanos did that by forcing us to consider the cost of balance and sacrifice. Ultron, well, he mostly made us rethink our relationship with smart home devices. Was Thanos truly the better villain, or does Ultron deserve more credit? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into the MCU.